What if I told you you can master English with 5 simple steps? Hello, guys, and welcome back to my podcast. This podcast is for those learning and studying English. I am confident you will be able to practice English conversation and practice speaking like a native. This may also help those preparing for any English exams. Even if you are a beginner English speaker, you are welcome. Let us learn English with podcast conversation. If you have been here before, welcome back. And if you are new, thank you so much for coming. I recently read an article about a team of scientists who conducted a social research and discovered the secret to happiness. Can anyone guess what secret they discovered? Honestly, their findings came as a big surprise to me. This is what they found. They discovered that the secret to happiness is to practice, and practice some more. According to the Daily News, the researchers have been teaching a course called Science of Happiness at their university since 2019. They found that students enrolled in the program reported an up to 15% improvement in their well-being. As part of the course, students learn to do things that take their attention away from themselves and instead focus on helping others and spending time with friends. I found this article fascinating because it proves that even to achieve happiness, one needs to adopt the motto of practice makes perfect. And this message of practice is one that I will continue to preach to all of you who are looking to improve your English. So today, let's focus on how we can incorporate that in these 5 easy steps we should take in mastering English. Step number 1. Step 1 is simple. Select the study medium or tools which best suits you. And when you do select them, ensure you are in possession of adequate supply to last the entirety of your English learning journey. Thankfully, today, there are several tools from which you can choose. That is why now is a good time to start learning English or any language for that matter. There is an endless supply of resources available in books and on the internet, and many of them are free, so you really have no excuse not to take advantage. Thankfully as well, these resources are useful for the different aspects of your language studies. There are resources to help with reading, writing, listening, and speaking. There are textbooks in printed copies, as well as on the internet. There are even people who dedicate their platforms to going through the lessons in some of these textbooks. If you have made it this far into this video, please do me a favor and tell me in the comments the names of the English textbooks you use to study. The online resources include several speaking apps, including those you can use to connect with native English speakers, make friends and practice your English in real time. And of course, there are podcasts like this one. And if you like it, please give me a thumbs up and share some love in the comments. Thanks in advance. When you have chosen your ideal study method, ensure you will never run out. So if you need to subscribe to an app or buy several volumes of a textbook, or just ensure you have access to a series of podcasts, whatever it is, ensure you have enough, so nothing interrupts your language learning journey. Step number 2. So we have found our study tools and we are well on our way. Another important thing we need to do is this. Set for ourselves goals which are reasonable, achievable, and most importantly, measurable. Your goals should align with the particular reasons for which you are studying English. Many people study English or other languages because they want to travel. Of course, there are many other reasons. For example, to get a job which requires you to speak English, or even just as a hobby or for self-improvement. When you know why you are studying English, you can set your goals that align with it. For example, someone studying English in order to take and pass an English exam may want to set a few goals that will see them mastering English in stages in conjunction with the vocabulary, grammar, and expressions which one will encounter in that particular exam. Such goals will also be easy to measure by taking the exam or self-testing in preparation for that exam. What about you? What's your reasons for studying English? Step number 3. For this next step, you need to first understand that your primary aim for learning English is to be able to speak it. As I've always mentioned, there are different aspects in understanding and learning any language: writing, reading, listening, and speaking. But let me tell you this, and this may sound controversial, but you have not learned English or any language for that matter if you cannot speak it. Unfortunately, many people learning English and even other languages leave the speaking for later. Many people feel they need to learn enough vocabulary first or understand sufficient grammar before they start trying to speak English. But what happens is even after you have learned 10,000 words and 5,000 grammar points, you still keep feeling that you just don't know enough to start speaking English. So you tell yourself you need to learn just 1,000 more, and then you still don't feel confident enough to start speaking. And thus the vicious cycle continues. This is one way to learn a language. But a much better way is focusing on speaking, along with the other aspects of listening, reading, etc., from the very beginning. I promise you that you will see much better benefits in choosing this approach. And this is where practice comes in. So even if you only know 10 words in English, practice speaking those 10 and master them as you move on to study more vocabulary and grammar. Just please don't wait to start speaking. Step number 4. This step aligns with step number 3. I want to encourage you all to mimic native speakers as much and as regularly as possible. In fact, I would go further and say, never try to speak any new word or phrase you have learned until you have heard how it's said or used by a native speaker, especially in the early stages of your language learning journey. It is important not to learn incorrect pronunciations or incorrect grammar, which will stick for the long haul. Again, thankfully, there are many resources available at your disposal to assist with mimicking native speakers, including movies, TV shows, and even the news. Take advantage of them. Practice shadow speaking and mimicking as much as possible. And just to say, I created a video that highlights some of the words that are difficult to pronounce, and I also include sentences so you can practice shadowing. If you are interested, please check out that video as well. And finally, step number 5. Challenge yourself. Remember when I told you to set goals for yourself? Well, this is where you will challenge yourself along those goals. Take that English exam if that is your goal. And there are also many resources like Practice Test Online which are useful to help you self-test as you prepare for those exams. But what about those of you who are studying English in order to travel? Well, go ahead and take that trip. Take on the challenge to travel to another country, an English-speaking country where you can speak with natives as well as learn firsthand the people's culture. I was once told that people see the world differently based on the language they speak. I don't know whether this is true. Do you think it is? What I know for sure is that there are great benefits in learning about the culture of the people who speak the language you are learning. This assists greatly in your understanding of the language. I mean, let's just face it. There are certain things that you can only understand or you understand better once you have experienced it firsthand. So I would encourage everyone learning English or any other language to visit a country where the people speak that language and explore their culture. And fortunately, if you are studying, there are several countries from which to choose, each accompanied by its own unique culture. But even if you are not able to travel at the moment, you can learn about those cultures by engaging with natives who you may meet in your home country or online. So please take advantage of these avenues. So that's it. Your 5-step guide in mastering English. Number 1. Choose the learning tools that best suit you. Number 2. Set achievable and measurable goals for yourself. Number 3. Make mastering speaking your top priority and study English as such. Number 4. Mimic native speakers. And number 5. Challenge yourself. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I hope to see you again soon.